Okay, so problem number 61. It says airline flies the same route each day. The flight time varies according to a normal, that's the letter N, distribution with an unknown mean and unknown standard deviation. On 15% of the days, the flight takes more than an hour. And then on 3% of the days, that's in here somewhere, 0.03, shading out there as well. The flight takes, on 3%, the flight lasts 75 minutes or more. Use this information to determine the mean and standard deviation of the flight time. Well, if it's a normal distribution, and there's two things being described here. We don't know the mean, and we don't know the standard deviation. This or that. Okay, this is an S right here. It looks like a 5, I know, but it's an S. Okay, so we don't know that. And so this is the, what does it say, hour flight? More than an hour. Let's go minutes. Let's say this is 60 minutes because I'd rather not do decimals, to be quite honest. And this one is 75 minutes. Okay, so for the first one, 60 minus our unknown mean over our unknown standard deviation. We have two unknowns here. Well, we actually have two unknowns, but this one, don't we know it? Here's how we can figure this thing out. Now, there's two ways to do it. One is use table A. And if you're using table A, let me show you that real quick. And I'll show you the way I like better. If I'm using table A, Patrick, this is to you, and I'm opening up a textbook right now, so just be patient with me. I know you can be very patient. I appreciate that about you. Okay, so it said 15% of the flights. Okay, so the table A gives you to the left, right? So if it's 15% of the flights to the right, then 85%, 1 minus 0.15 is 0.85. If I find the number in the table that's closest to 0.85, I think it's that one right there. And I get 1 point, I go over here, and then I'm assuming you know how to read table A. If you don't, we need to talk about that. 1.04. 1.04 would be my z-score for an 85% area to the left, which equates to a 15% area to the right. Here's how I do that on my calculator. I go, so I need to go out of this. This is the wrong place. Second quit. I need to go second distribution, inverse normal. I need 0.85. Enter, enter, and I get 1.036, so I think it's 1.04 that we got. So I got 1.04. Awesome. We're all fine and dandy here, except we still have two unknowns. What do we have to do? We have to use the other equation. So 75 minus x bar over s. I need a z-score for 0.03 to the right means 0.97 to the left. So I either use table A or more quickly, I can go right to this. Second stat, or yeah, that inverse norm. And then 0.97. Paste, enter. And I get 1.88. 1.88. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to check both of those questions there. I need to take one of those equations, or those two equations, and solve them simultaneously. All right, so hang on. All right, I'm going back to the question. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I did not. Okay, all right, so here's how we do that. There's a couple ways. You can take any one of these equations and solve for the variable. I'm going to multiply both sides by s. I get 1.04 s is equal to 60 minus x bar. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. So I get 104 s minus 60 equals a negative x bar. I'm going to multiply both sides by -1. I get x bar is equal to, and multiply this by -1, I get 60. That by -1, I get negative 1.04 s. Okay, then what I'm going to do, and let's put this in a little bit nicer form. 1.88 s equals 75 minus x bar. Okay, if I add x bar to both sides, I get x bar and then subtract minus 1.88 s equals 75 minus 1.88s. This is equal to x bar. This is equal to x bar, and this is a very hard question, by the way. So I can set them equal to each other. 60 minus 1.04s equals 75 minus 1.88s. Okay, now I'm going to add that to both sides. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. I get 15. I'm going to add that to both sides. So I get negative 1.04 plus 1.88. I get 0.84s. Divide by 0.84. And I'm going to need to check my answer here in a second. I hope I did it right. I feel good about stuff unless I made a little mistake. 15 divided by 0.84 equals, and I get 17.86 as my standard deviation. Check in the book for number 61. 17.86 minutes is the correct answer. Now, how do I get x bar? You take this value and you plug it back in. Will I see a question like that on the test tomorrow? The answer is no. I hope I did the right one because you said you needed 61 on week 2, and I just assumed it was this question. So I hope that I've done the right one. Please email me if I have not.